Welcome to the Galápagos Islands. Welcome aboard the National Geographic Islander II. During this expedition, we're going to explore the southeastern part of the Galápagos. We're going to go back in time, islands that have been formed more than 4 million years ago. We'll go to the very beginning of the history of the Galápagos. We'll learn about Charles Darwin, about his voyage around the islands, and we'll see unique species that are only found on certain locations of the Galápagos, like the waved albatross and the Galápagos penguin. We're going to explore by kayaks, we're going to snorkel, we will go on hikes, and we'll also explore the night sky whenever it's possible to show you constellations of the north and the south here from the equator. You are in for a fantastic expedition.
Hey everyone, this is Mittel. I'm so glad you're here, and even more excited to share this moment with you. From the first time I visited the Galapagos, I knew I had to come back and bring others along, for what is truly a life-changing experience. To stand on these islands, beside our kids, our friends, and the wildlife that calls this place home, it's a rare and powerful feeling. What we see and feel here will stay with us long after we've left. I'm excited we get to experience this together. Enjoy every moment and make beautiful memories.
Today was our first full day in the Galápagos Islands, and we wanted to make the most of it, so we woke up very early at around 6 a.m. to go explore the Pinnacle Rock in the famous island of Bartolome. We got the chance to see the Galápagos penguin, a very charismatic species, just waking up and getting ready to go fish. Actually 5 individuals, that's quite outstanding since it's a critically endangered species and sometimes we don't see that many. Bartolome is famous for its geology. There we could see the spatter and the cinder cones very clearly as we were ascending. And from the top, the most amazing view and landmark of the Galápagos, the Pinnacle Rock. Seeing all those cinder and spatter cones from the top makes the view magnificent. For the afternoon, we went on a walk on the most common ecosystem of the Galápagos, the dry forest. So basically a forest made out of Palo Santo. During most of the year, we see Dragon Hill as a very barren area. So it was truly spectacular to come here at the end of the rainy season, where we could see lush vegetation, lots of tall grasses, and even the endemic Galápagos cotton in bloom. We also got to see the land iguanas right on the path, not running away from us, but resting peacefully on it, knowing that we won't harm them, and that allows us to take amazing pictures.
For our second full day, the National Geographic Islander II stopped by Post Office Bay, located in Floreana Island. Its human history makes it so mysterious, and its wonderful wildlife makes it so unique. As we started the day, we kayaked in this beautiful bay area that is the home for a very plentiful sea lion colony. We had the amazing opportunity to be surrounded by these very joyful and juvenile sea lions. They couldn't stop moving around underneath us and all over our place. And also a beautiful display of flying flamingos as they were flying back to their brackish water lagoons. As we continue with the day, we got to be invited to be part of a very old tradition. A tradition that started with the whalers, but nowadays it keeps going thanks to our dear guests that come and visit us. As guests arrive to the islands and they visit post office, there is an old barrel that its establishment is still unknown, but for some reason the tradition keeps going on. Thanks to our guests, we go through the addresses at which these postcards are supposed to be delivered, and then with the kind hearts of our guests, they will take it with themselves and they will either walk or ride towards the address, and they will knock on the doors or ring that doorbell, and they will hand deliver. Therefore, all these postcards won't need a stamp. And this is a tradition that continues until nowadays. Our day couldn't finish better. As we head towards our last visit, Cormorant Point, that is a very unique spot. It is one out of the 4 places where you can find green-colored beach areas. And for our surprise, as we landed, we encountered these 2 curious and beautiful juvenile flamingos. They were foraging over the waterline on this green sandy beach area, and for ourselves it was a quite amazing and grateful surprise. We had all our chance to see them feeding around, skimming around, and we were able to witness their very unique and distinctive beak that they own. We also got the chance to witness these 2 major group of beach areas. The green one that we landed is made out of inorganic material, eroded rocks. But as we continue with our walk, we ended up in a white coralline beach that is gonna be made out of things that used to be alive at one point. Eroded corals, eroded shells, either from crustaceans or mollusks. And who would have thought that you can learn and also have so much fun on a beach area?
I always enjoy watching the nature documentaries from Nat Geo. So I've always seen the Galapagos, they're so beautiful. I never thought that I would ever come here, so to be here is a real blessing. And it exceeded every expectation. The water is beautiful, the wildlife is beautiful, the care that the people that are showing us the wildlife and the experiences that they put into conserving all of this area is really great.
It's very grounding to see all of the animals, and I think it's amazing that people are so protective of these islands. And the sea lions today were amazing. Swimming with them, they were so playful. I love to free dive, so I would go down and they would kind of mimic me and swim around, and it was so fun to have them do that. But I love that everything is so protected and feels, maybe it was the same many, many years ago. It doesn't feel like it's been ruined, explore and take every moment and do all of the activities, and don't take it for granted that you're here, because it's a very special place.
Well, what an amazing experience we're having here on the Galápagos Islands. I've been fascinated with this place since I was a kid, and the opportunity to be here with my children and Lena is something that's just, you know, honestly can't put into words, because places like this where you can explore natural beauty and get so close to the animals. I really had no context that we would get this close. You've heard about it, but until you've experienced it, it's something magical. And just, if you already had a passion for nature, it fuels that fire even more. And if you didn't, there's no looking back after this experience.
I like it. I think it's very interesting to learn all about all the animals and plants that you see. I got to see a lot of baby sea lions, and some were like playing with me when I was snorkeling.
This afternoon we have visited Punta Suarez, which is located on the northwestern side of this magnificent place. As soon as we landed, we found sea lions and marine iguanas, and as we went deeper onto the trail, we found our first albatrosses flying over the land. We are in a spectacular location to watch them fly, almost like a World War II plane, banking to the left and banking to the right, and showing the incredible feather design on their bellies. The waved albatross is called waved albatross because of the vermiculated patterns they have on the breast and the belly. They look like little groups or waves. They should have been called the vermiculated albatross. And they are only found on Española Island. Out of all the places in the world, they come to this island to find a mate and to have chicks. Along the way, we have encountered some Nazca boobies. These are black and white boobies that are unique to the Galapagos, and also some blue-footed boobies. Some of them have started their mating time on this island, so some of the first chicks will be out in the next months.
It's almost like being at one with an older part of Earth as it used to be.
I would just say it's a life-changing experience. Even if you can picture yourself or you see the sea lions and the tortoises in person, it's just beyond expectation to be able to be face-to-face with them. And
this has made me, I don't know about you, but feel a deeper connection to the planet and a more profound desire to take care of it than I ever have.
They come up, they swim, they flip around,
and the alpha male circles around, and as long as he trusts you, and I think that's the general feeling of the Galapagos, is as long as nature gives you the okay, and it can almost tell your intentions, then, you know, and the sea lions could tell. And if you got the okay from mom and dad, then you were good to go.
Well, I love that the Galapagos is like so protected as a national park, and I think it's so cool that you're able to visit it but also maintain the ecosystem like ethically and environmentally friendly. Almost every island has its own different cool thing about it because it's so incredible, and you get to see exotic animals that you wouldn't see anywhere else, and you get to see them up close but also at a safe distance where you can see them in their natural habitat versus at a zoo where they're just closed off from what they naturally do. And it's amazing to see all these animals where they naturally thrive.
I think about it as wildlife and animals.
Like an adventure in the nature.
Exploring. Adventures, snorkeling, swimming, and playing with all the animals.
A memorable journey to remember. Hanging out with friends and swimming with sea lions.
Tropical adventure with animals. I went snorkeling, and snorkeling is where you like wear a mask and flippers and a wetsuit and go underwater. Two went under me, and then one was going under me, but it was like really close to me. And so I got too scared, so I went to Daddy.
So I would say it's really important, like the earth is our home, we gotta protect it. Everybody says that, but we gotta really insert it into our mindset. Every day, you can't just be like, I'm gonna start conserving and helping the environment later in the future. You gotta start today. And it doesn't have to be big stuff, it can be small stuff. Just, buying from more eco-friendly businesses. You could choose to, use less plastic or use your plastic that you use multiple times. Just taking a reusable grocery bag to the store. Anything like that, even though it's really small, it can really help the earth in a lot.
We have 4 kids that we left at home, and I can't wait till they're old enough to
This will be the first place
experience.
we take our new family. And as they grow up, this will be how we anchor them to the environment and teach them about being connected with Earth. It'll start here in the Galapagos.
Well, I would tell every friend that we have when we go back that if you want a trip of a lifetime, and if you want to experience nature in an intimate way like you've never done before, that you should get to the Galapagos as soon as possible.
We've had a fantastic time in the Galápagos Islands, walking amongst blue-footed boobies and waved albatross, swam face-to-face with sea lions and sea turtles. We have had an incredible connection with the wildlife of this very small part of the world's oceans. We hope that you're taking these memories back home and you can share them with your loved ones and keep them in your heart forever.